Friday morning. We are now at the last day of the week. Yes. One more morning show, one more afternoon show, one more evening news, one more Chris Olcourt show, and then it's the weekend.
We got a cold
and
weekend.
Yeah, another scorching hot weekend this weekend. Definite beach weather tomorrow if you're going to go in your snowsuit. So yeah, I'm Chris Olcourt, but this is sponsored by Casey's Securities. Thank you very much to Dan and the team over there, and I am here with Colette Linden.
Hi, friend.
Hello. How are you?
I'm awesome.
Good.
It's Friday. Actually, I'm not awesome. I'm tired.
Yeah.
And I was going to text Chris this morning and say, can we implement cozy hoodie day today? Because
Cozy hoodie day?
Yeah,
That's
I looked outside. Well, I was going to make it a thing.
Okay. I didn't know if this is special.
It's not a thing.
So it's not like corn on the cob day like yesterday?
No. Did you have corn on the cob yesterday?
No, I did not.
Yeah, and
it's not available at this time of year.
Yeah, well.
Which makes it an interesting day to have corn on the cob
Yeah,
day.
they have it at the store.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Wow.
they do.
It's definitely not local.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Unless it's frozen.
Oh, speaking of that, we have our Hashtagging This Together video later today with Rich Zest Foods, and he has a pop-up produce market out of his
Speaking of
garage.
produce.
Yeah, so hey, good segue, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome. It's totally unplanned.
It's like it was on the script.
Oh,
it was not.
yeah.
It was not. We're not scripting it today.
Yes.
Things are going to get crazy. It's Friday.
Yeah, speaking of crazy.
Yeah.
Queen's Park is talking again today.
Okay.
So we have today at the Premier Ford's conference. Obviously, Christiane will be there as Deputy Premier, but Dr. David Williams, who is our Chief Medical Officer of Health, will be there. My guess is he's probably going to be talking about what's been going on. Like today, we're reopening a bunch of stuff.
Yes.
On the 18th, we're going to start opening our long-term care homes. I'll have a little bit more info on that later in the show.
Okay.
However, my guess is that's probably what he's going to be talking about. And reinforcing things like social distancing and things like that. Because if we stop doing that, we're going to have more outbreak.
For sure. And we have this list that you've put together, this list that you handed me this morning. We're going to go into detail with that, right?
Oh, yes.
Later on today.
The reopening.
Or later on this, in the show, right?
Right after the first commercial, we're going to talk about everything that's reopening.
Yeah.
And kind of how it's going to reopen as well.
We had a fun-filled show yesterday that had a lot of news in it, but because we had so much fun, we didn't report some of the news that we want to share with you this morning. So I've got that coming up. But I don't know about you, but I'd like to know what in the heck is going on with this weather. What did you say about Yellowknife?
Oh, yes. Right now, there's not even the sun up in Yellowknife in the Northwest Territories.
They're all cozy, sleepy,
and they are twice our temperature. We're at 5, they're at 10 with no sun in Yellowknife.
And with that, Danny,
yes.
Please update us on the weekend weather.
Please tell us the weather for Sue.
Yes, because you seem very upset with me this morning.
Like she controls the weather.
Yes, it's all my fault that it's suddenly cold outside, Chris. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the apology.
So for today's weather, oh my gosh, am I even going to be able to get through this today? Goodness. Okay, for today's weather, everyone, if you are outside, it's currently sitting, it's 7 degrees, but it feels like 4. Heading into the afternoon, it's going to be cloudy with some sunny breaks. It's going to be 12, feeling like 9. Heading into the evening, it's going to be cloudy with some sunny breaks as well. It's going to cool down into 6 degrees. For the weekend this morning, oh my goodness, for the weekend, it's going to be sunny with a mix of sun and clouds all day Saturday. The high is going to be 17 with a low of 11. It's going to be clear overnight. Heading into Sunday, the temperatures are going to spike up a little bit. It's going to be sunny in the morning with 10 degrees. Heading into the afternoon for Sunday, it's going to be a high of 21. And in the evening, it's going to cool off to 15. So it is looking like a nice weekend. And we know that patios start opening today. It's just, are people really going to be going outside because of how cold it is right now? Like you said, Colette, you wanted to have your comfy, cozy sweater on today. I mean, I did too. Let's be honest. Half of us did not want to get out of bed this morning. Back to the desk.
I think I could fall asleep if it wasn't for such an entertaining
normally
co-host.
this time we're in our bathing suits, not our winter suits.
Welcome to Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Look at how angry we are. Hey, Chris, you got a podcast. We never talked about it. Let's talk about it.
The Chris Olcourt Show, which is on 7 p.m. each night. That is also available as a podcast. You can listen to the audio version, so you can do it when you're on your walk, or you can listen in your car. So it's on all the usual podcasting platforms: Spotify, Apple, Google, TuneIn, Stitcher, all of them. Basically, it's on every podcasting platform out there. So if you want to listen to the audio version, if you don't have time to actually watch the video, you can do that as well.
Sweet.
So, and we're going to do Facebook shoutouts after the commercial break. So we already have a bunch of people already chiming in this morning.
Oh,
so
good morning, everyone.
Good morning to everyone there. Happy Friday. So if you would like to have a shout out on air, or if you have a birthday wish or anniversary or some sort of milestone that you want us to say
What
on
did
air,
you say?
can hit us up
Children
there.
leaving? Children leaving home
the
party?
house. No, those are the parties that I'm now emceeing. Because we can have 10 people now.
There you go.
Because part of our job, we were supposed to get out in the community to promote the shows and stuff, and like hosting golf tournaments, charity events, things like that. All that's been canceled, so now we're down to birthday parties, bar mitzvahs, your kids are leaving home, retirement parties, as long as
we should create some different types of subjects,
bigger than 10 people.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
Okay, well, I just want to break into a couple local news before we go to commercial break. But
sure, go for it.
There's been a lot of opioid deaths lately in the Sioux.
Yes.
Since May 28th to June 11th, there has been 7 deaths. That is craziness. That's 13 days. The Sioux Police and OPP have received an increased number of calls. Now, these are deaths. They've also received calls with overdoses on top of this. Yeah. At this time, officers are investigating these 7 deaths that occurred during this time frame. In each of these occurrences, it is suspected an opioid overdose. Whoa, wow, that was a toughie. An opioid overdose may have contributed to the death of these individuals.
Could it be that some of them were laced with fentanyl?
I don't know. It could be. It's always a possibility. Yeah. I think fentanyl is the killer in a lot of these opioid deaths.
That's usually
and I think a lot of people take the fentanyl knowing that they're taking fentanyl as well. So there's a mixed bag there. But the early warning signs of an opioid overdose, please listen up, may include drowsiness, slow heart rate, trouble breathing, claiming cold skin, and trouble walking or talking. And they're cracking down huge, as they should. So if they find you with this illicit drug, you're paying the price, because they need this to stop. This has been ongoing for a long time, and it was a huge thing.
I did a study on this for the government over a decade ago, which I'm pretty sure no one read. Yeah. So this has been a long, ongoing problem.
Oh, yeah.
And
7 deaths in 13 days.
Yeah. And this was something they could have stopped 10 years ago if they would have paid attention to the research. But no one paid attention to it, and no one wanted to do anything about it. It's burned through small towns like you wouldn't believe, particularly in the U.S.
Well, and given the circumstances that we've been under for the last couple months too, which is I have another impaired driving charge to report. And I was thinking, what is going on? And last night I'm writing out some stories, and I'm thinking, what is going on? But with the world the way it is today, opioid addictions, opioids, alcohol are sometimes the scapegoats for depression too.
And we've had a couple arrests just in the last few weeks of people who've gone through a stop line and they get pulled over, and then they have like opioids and fentanyl and stuff in their car.
Yeah, they find it in the vehicle. Yeah, it's insane.
We've had a couple like that we've talked about just in the last few weeks alone.
Yeah. Well, we'll come right back after this commercial break. We've got a lady in Espanola who's doing it's called Alone, and she did a show, and that's a really cool story. We want to get to that. Cool. And a few other great items up for you right after this commercial break.
What's life without making a few mistakes down the road? A few sharp turns. And doing things for what we adore, but might regret later. A trip to Chuck's Roadhouse isn't one of them. With melt-in-your-mouth AAA steaks, buttery lobster tail, half-priced apps after 9 p.m., an ice-cold draft with all your Roadhouse favorites. Chuck's Roadhouse. Food the way it ought to be, priced the way it used to.
A message from the Government of Canada.
In your home, lighting is just as important as style.
With PowerView Motorization from Hunter Douglas, you can schedule your shades to light up the room. Create privacy, or both, automatically. No hands required.
So your shades will always be in the right place at the right time in style. And it's only from Hunter Douglas.
Welcome back. Good Friday morning. Thank you to Casey Security for your sponsorship of both our AM and PM shows. We do appreciate it. We've had a lot of Facebook activity, and we're happy about that because we want to have this two-way communication with you. Also, we do have an Instagram handle at OnTV channel. So follow us, share us, and like us, and every social media thing that goes with those.
Yeah.
What else do we have?
We're out there.
We're out there, all right.
Yeah. I was referencing social media at that point. Yes, different out there. Yes, so a bunch of Facebook shout outs this morning. So hi to Daniel from KC Securities. Hi to Joyce.
Hi, Joyce.
And Daniel says shout out for producer Mike. So hey Mike, you got a shout out.
What?
You got a fan there, Mikey. Look at you go.
Mike is doing, I hear he's twerking right now.
Yeah, he's so excited back there.
Twerk.
Yeah, only Giselle has seen that so far. It's going to be burned into Kevin's eyes, our other producer back there.
Well, we have a lot of news, but
Yes,
we're going to come back to that after the next commercial break. But right now,
opening.
That's right. We want to take this time to have a good
It's a
conversation and share. It is a big day, so why don't you start this? Start it. Take the lead, my friend.
So as of 12:01 a.m. this morning, we are now starting to reopen the province. This is, I guess, what you would call phase 2, even though this is a regional reopening. Phase 1 was province-wide. This is regional. In Algoma, we qualified for the stage 2 reopening. So here's what you're going to notice. And this is particularly now, it's kind of nice. You can go to outdoor patios.
Okay.
Whether it's a restaurant, a bar, a breakfast place, they can put
Tim Hortons.
They can have their seating outside.
Yeah.
And they can take up to 25% of the parking lot also for outside seating.
Yes.
Not permanently, but they can put non-permanent seating in that area, whether it's like a picnic table or something like that. They can put it there for this summer only. Next summer, those parking spots will be back. So that is good news.
Just on to that, yesterday, my newscast, followed up on a release we received from the city. So specifically geared to how you apply for these patios. Yep. You need to contact the planning office.
The planning office,
yeah. And you need to submit your sketches. You need to make sure that you're a certain amount of meters squared. I think it's, I can't remember the actual
meter,
yeah. And the municipality has the ultimate say as to whether it's a go. So you cannot just go and you start setting up parameters and putting up picnic tables and roping things off. You need to contact the city first. And you said something about the breakfast pig.
Yes, they posted yesterday the picture of the outside where they now have like all of their tables.
Yeah, okay, great.
So you can actually go, before they didn't usually have that, but now they do. And the other thing too is when you are applying, if you are a bar or any establishment that's normally open past midnight, you have to put your patio on the side of the building furthest away from residential.
Yeah, yes. But you have to do that in general when you're building.
You have to do that in general, but if your parking lot, you have a choice of one side of your building is residential that it's up against and the other side is commercial, you have to put it on the commercial side.
Absolutely, yeah. You cannot impede sidewalks or anything else.
Yes, so you can only use parking spots as places of where to put extra tables in that case.
All right.
And then, as you were all excited about yesterday, hair salons,
eyebrows,
beauty salons, barbershops, and also like tattoo parlors. So you can now, Mike's all excited because he can start getting another tattoo.
Excuse me, some of us are art lovers.
Well, Mikey's really been waiting to put that facial tattoo on.
Oh, you wanted Mike Tyson?
Yeah, he's going full Mike Tyson apparently.
I am excited.
Yeah.
Actually,
I'm excited to see that. I think we might bring him on air for that.
I am. Oh,
Yeah.
while he's twerking.
Well, he's twerking.
I'm going to go to the
Mike
old
Tyson face.
I'm going to go to the old 55 tattoo place, whatever that was called, for my next tattoo.
Yeah.
Because they were awesome. Keep going.
Okay, shopping malls can open under very strict restrictions. Takeout only in the food courts.
Yeah.
Plus, there'll be spacing in front of every store, plus spacing into the actual mall to begin with. There'll be one entrance, and then an exit will be elsewhere, so you won't be going in and out the same door. Tour guides can start, bike tours, walking tours, things like that. Outdoor splash pads, wading pools, and all swimming pools can open. More beaches will be opening, more camping on Ontario parks. Also, there'll be more camping allowed in the private campgrounds. Film can actually start up, film and television again, under very strict requirements in terms of social distancing. And also how many people are allowed to work on an actual show. So, for example, normally there would be extras that would be background people. Yeah. Those extras are now gone, and it has to be like other people that, like, let's say the people who do the hair. Once they get the hair done,
they rotate them.
They
right?
rotate, and they become the people that are in the background,
right.
Instead of having background actors. So there will be less
Thanks
people
to Mike
working
for
on
that.
each
I know
one.
that
And we talked about insurance yesterday with
Yeah.
regards to COVID-19. It's also an issue because when you do a film or a TV show, you need to have it insured,
Yes.
and the insurance companies don't want to insure against the second outbreak of COVID-19.
Yes, anything going forward, and the premium.
And you can have weddings and funerals up to 10 people. I'm available to host those if you need it.
Wait, I love how they group weddings with funerals.
Yeah. Well, funerals are weddings. Are
I get
kind of
it.
funerals
Trust me,
of
I get
social
it.
life, right? Like your single life is wedding is kind of like the funeral of your single life. So
I'm on board, buddy. I'm on board.
So
but if you have
alrighty.
a protest, you can have up to 100 people, right?
Nope.
Nope.
Still 10.
I'm protesting
Alrighty, so
weddings.
we're gonna go to commercial. We'll be right back, and Colette will have some more news for you.
Yes, I will.
See you in a minute.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades including installation are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Welcome back to the Friday morning edition of Special Report. And now we're going to talk about a little bit of local news. What do you got for us there, Colette?
Lots and lots. But just to let everybody know that Giovanni's restaurant, that Danny's doing an interview with them today.
Oh.
So Giovanni's has set up a bunch of tents outside as well. So they are well prepared, and tents Smart idea. So way to go. I'm looking forward to
Especially
eating
if
there.
it starts raining.
Yeah. Yeah, well.
Or snowing.
Or hailing.
Or hailing, or another hurricane, whatever.
Yeah, right? Okay, so over to the U.S. for one moment. The NASCAR has announced that they will be removing the Confederate flag from any of its competitions or races. Today I read that Nancy Pelosi would like it removed from all government buildings, White House, and as such. So that
will be quite the battle in the south of the U.S.
At a NASCAR event, I think that's going to.
No, I mean even removing from government.
Places. Oh no, I understand that too. But specifically, this started with NASCAR because of the one driver who is of color and who's African American, and he said it didn't really bother him before. He just kind of went with the flow. He knew it was part and parcel with the sport, which is not right.
There's also a NASCAR driver that was just suspended for making racist comments on Twitter. He was fired actually about it. So it was about the George Floyd thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very recently. A NASCAR driver, he was canned from it. Yeah.
So this race driver, he said, you know what, let's stop this because I know he is the only one in that race that was African American, but it shouldn't be anyways. And just out of respect, here you go. So let's see. I don't know, but good luck with the government buildings. You're right.
Yeah.
Any town halls or anything like that. There's no way. Okay, on to Espanola. So this would be the perfect game right now because it's called Alone. Given quarantine, right?
I mean,
come on,
it's
did
probably
you get that?
the only television show still able to be recorded.
Yeah. So she put her wilderness skills to the test to survive 100 days in the Arctic for a chance to win $1 million. Kylene Marone, and I apologize, Kylene, if I have not said that properly. She lives off the grid with her husband just west of Sudbury. She participated as a contestant in the History Channel's 7th season of the extreme survival TV series called Alone. Oh God, Chris, look how close
I have a
she
question.
Is. Oh my God.
It's warmer in the Northwest Territories than it is in the Sioux right now. How hard is it to survive up there?
Are you kidding? It wouldn't last 5 minutes. The first episode of this season is set to air on Thursday.
Just saying, it's 10 degrees in Yellowknife and the sun's not up, and it's 5 degrees here with the sun up.
I would totally do this.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Anyway, it will feature 10 contestants trying to survive the Arctic's brutal history, right? And you guys want to try this?
On History Channel, yeah.
Come on. As a contestant on
I never
Alone,
said I want to do it.
She was dropped off by a helicopter in the middle of the Arctic with nothing but a giant bag filled with batteries and cameras and 10 survival tools of her choice. Ooh, what would yours be? Mine wouldn't even have anything to do. Mine
would have a beach towel.
Yeah, exactly. You're the same as me, buddy. Don't even bother.
I'm trying to survive on the vicious Miami beaches.
Mackinac Bridge is Mackinac Island is going to have some construction starting June 15th to September 15th. So if you are planning on going to Mackinac, once they open the bridge, I know it's close till July 29th, everybody, but once they open the bridge and you want to head to that beautiful island, I've never been there. I would really love to be there. The work will require segments of the highway to be closed during repairs. Each segment will have all traffic detoured inland during construction. And what they're doing is they're creating suitable surfaces for bicycles, horseback riding, vehicle traffic, which is limited, I believe, on the island, as Kevin told me yesterday. So, yeah, that's that. Now, quickly, Colette.
It's very beautiful. I've seen pictures. I want to go. I want to take my girlfriend.
It looks amazing. Yeah. It looks absolutely amazing.
It's like a slice out of history.
They're known for their fudge. Okay, thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Yep. So, yeah, there was another impaired driver yesterday. They found him, again, sleeping at the wheel of the car. This time, the car was running. So, remember the last time the guy had his...
He was just sleeping on the wheel?
Just sleeping it off. Yeah. Well, this time it was just running. So there you go. We have some more news, and Chris has some updates for you coming up after this commercial break.
See you in a sec.
though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community.
Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
Welcome back. You're here with Colette and Chris for the AM edition of Special Report. Well, thank you, Casey Security, for your sponsorship. Man, that took a lot to get out. Apparently, I should just throw it to you. What do you got?
Sure. Okay, so as we know, the cabinet ministers for the provincial government have all been tested for COVID-19 this week. Reason being is there is a councillor in Toronto who happens to be Doug Ford's nephew. He's Michael Ford. He is the councillor in Ward 1, which is Etobicoke North. He tested positive for COVID-19 on Tuesday, and last night he was hospitalized. He's at the Humber River Hospital now, but according to Doug Ford's office, he hasn't seen his nephew in the last 2 weeks, but him and Elliot were obviously tested, and both Elliot and Ford's tests came back negative yesterday.
He's young too.
He's very young.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's got quite the baby face in the photo here.
Hey,
I'm not sure how old he is, but my guess is he's probably around.
I gotta say 30s.
I was gonna say he's probably like in his 30s or something.
Yeah.
Okay, and we talked about what's reopening today, but now we also have to look at what's going to be reopening very shortly, which is our long-term care homes, retirement homes, and group homes. So here's how it's going to work. It's going to start on Thursday, June 18th. Family and friends can go. You'll be allowed one person per resident each week at a minimum. It'll depend on how many visits they can do, just based on staffing and social distancing and things like that. Okay. Retirement homes can resume indoor and outdoor visits in a designated area, or resident suites where physical distancing can be maintained. The other residential care, for example, like if you're in a group home, is you can have 2 people there, but physical distancing is required. So here's how you get in. There's strict safety and health protocols. You must pass an active screening every time you visit. Confirm with staff that you've tested negative for COVID-19 in the past 2 weeks. So you're going to have to get tested for COVID-19 if you want to see your family members. And you have to comply with their infection prevention and control protocols. And you also have to bring and wear a face mask during visits at both the long-term care, retirement, and group homes as well.
Thanks, Chris. I meant to, at the beginning of the show, talk about our advocacy group here in the Sioux, or here in Ontario, who are trying to, or in Canada, who are trying to allow border crossings for family members. Yes. So I apologize to that group. I will mention that in the afternoon show. There is a story to go along with that. So we'll start that. Remind me to start that for the top of the show in the afternoon. Okay.
I'll try.
I just put it on him. Yeah. I totally
so now it's my fault if we don't do it. Thanks. Live on air. Yeah.
Smart women.
I'll remind you, don't worry.
Thank you. Ontario's lifting the 30-day supply limit on prescriptions finally. As of the 15th of June, you can now fill 100-day supply. I know you and I both are happy about that.
Yes.
Many people are happy about that, but because we don't have doctors here. With the supply of many drugs and medications having stabilized in the province, we're now able to go back to filling 100.
I normally fill 90 days at a time, like 3 months.
Yes, how annoying has it been to do the 30?
Well, not only that, you're going to the pharmacy and exposing yourself too. I mean, because people going there are getting medications because they're sick and stuff like that too. So.
Okay, when we come back this afternoon, we have an Alzheimer's Society video that we'd like to share, hashtagging this together video, and a whole lot more. Have a great Friday. We'll see you at 1.
And David Williams will be on at 1 with the premiere. Have a great morning.